Today we're going to do something a bit controversial. We're going to make pellets out of cat food and grass and feed it to our chickens. Now that's not really controversial, the pellet part, but some people, the reason why, listen to me go over the reason why. The reason why we're going to do that is because of malting season. Malting season, they need a high amount of protein, and it gets quite expensive to feed, 150 birds or whatever we got here. Pellet food, high protein food. So we thought at certain times of year, this would not be obviously an all the time thing. It'd only be a little bit at a time mixed in with their regular food during malting season to help them refeather. So if you guys don't know what malting is, it's a couple times a year usually. Some birds, not all birds, depending on the bird, the severity of it and everything. It's very random actually, as far as we know. But they lose their feathers and regrow new ones. And then they usually do it in the spring, I believe, and then in fall, right before winter or just as winter starts, which is right now normally it'd be a lot colder here. So, and some of them are molting. So I'm kind of worried that if it gets, like we get a jolt, they're going to have issues. So we're going to try to get their feathers grown back as fast as possible. So we're going to feed them a high protein cat food. But we don't want to give them just chunks of cat food. You could soak them in water and stuff, but we have a lot of birds. You don't want to give them that because it can swell up in their stomach and it cause problems. So if you pelletize it, it grinds it up into a pellet, mixed with our grass here, and mix it in with their normal food. They shouldn't get overloaded with it, but it helps boost their protein. So like I said, it's a bit controversial. A lot of people say never feed them that. We're not going to do it regularly, I can tell you that. But next year, we're hoping to have this field here, for the most part, with a lot of sunflowers growing in it. So we will be able to do sunflower seeds, which are good for that. And they have nice oil in them and everything for them. But for this year, it's a test anyway. I want to see if it actually works. Plus, I want to test the pelletizer, which is the main part of this video. So today, we're going to use this grass that I found back here, which is still green underneath, which surprises me because it's November 8th or 9th today. And here, right now, it's usually fairly cold, so it's kind of nice. Anyway, let me get this in the tractor, and I'll head back up there to start this pelletization process. Let me know in the comments below if you think you should ever feed your chickens cat food. We're here. Excuse the mess, guys, too. We're just in the middle of building a bunch of things. And so there's a lot of wood in that anywhere. But anyway, we're also taking advantage of the time of year and starting to clean out our shop. So ignore all this clutter everywhere. So yeah, this is what I bought, by the way, to shred this down. Basically, it's just I'm not sponsored by this or anything either, by the way. It's just like a weed eater, basically, machine. See, it's got these weed eater kind of blades on it, and they're replaceable with 9 mil or whatever it is, weed eater string. So it's pretty good. Like I said, I did try this the other day, this process, and I only put the grass through once. So I'm going to put it through twice today and see if that makes it, well, it'll obviously make it more fine, but if that works a bit better, because it was getting a bit backed up in here. I'll show you the machine as well here. It is a 220 volt machine. Now it is from China, and I got it off Amazon, which is weird because I can't get anything. I live in farm country. I can't get anything similar to this at all, probably in Canada in general. This is, by the way, what it makes. I got a bunch of it here. This is basically what it does. It mills it down, and then with moisture, it pushes it through these little dies in the bottom. You won't be able to see it. Oh, you can a little bit. See those dies? Hopefully you can see that. I know it's a little messy because I still got all the stuff in there. And then these rollers roll over it, push it through the die, and it heats up, right? The whole system heats up. And that's when you get the steam and everything else, which makes the pellets form properly. And so anyway, you just adjust these rollers on the sides here to make them tighter or looser or whatever you want. So it's a little bit of a manual process, and it takes a bit to heat up, and you'll see that in a second before it can start making pellets. But I got it for about $1,300 Canadian, including shipping. Well, that's with the shipping. It didn't include shipping, but it's with the shipping. So in the States, I think I seen it for like $7.50. I'm not sure about the shipping though, because obviously I'm not going to ship it from the U.S. when it's in Canada, because it costs a lot more. So yeah, it's a 220 volt. I wouldn't trust their wiring all that much. I put my own end on it because they had this little adapter thing that was literally, if I pulled it at all, the plug part would come out, like, from the socket. And then if I accidentally touched that, the 220 volts running through my body, no thank you. So I put a new head on it, and I got an extension cord running to the shop where I installed a breaker bit. There's a breaker there already, but I installed a plug for that, from that breaker. So we can run it, because I don't have anything else that's 220. This is a regular outlet, 110. And so yeah, so I don't know what else. All I had to do so far is put oil in here. Put oil in there. And then rewired some stuff. So that cost me about $30 with the wiring stuff. But other than that, as long as you unplug it, I suggest you unplug it. It's not unsafe. It's got a breaker and everything, but I don't know. I just get a weird, funny feeling about it. So I'd keep it unplugged when you're not using it. Probably a good idea anyway, but yeah. So then the pellets come out here, and then they fall down into the bucket. Now, like I said, we're going to have to rework this a few times, let them come through a few times before it actually starts making pellets. All right, so this is the cat food. Obviously, we're not any brand you can get decently made, or cheap price-wise. I mean, any brand that you can get at a decent price. And it's a high-protein cat food, and it's made in Canada, which is good. Made in Canada or States. Even the States, I somewhat trust with their stuff. Even Canada, I mean, there's no real rules on this stuff, but it's not coming with lead in it stuff anyway. But anyway, some high-protein cat food we're going to use for this. I'll bring that over here, and it should, because these are quite small chunks, it should be able to grind them down quite well, and they should have a little oil in them, which should help with the whole process. And that mixed with the grass, which I'm going to shove through here multiple times. That bucket's probably too small, but anyway, I'll catch some of it. I'm going to shove it through there a few times and mulch it down as best we can. And Jamie's here with her work clothes on.
Many layers.
And like hay in her hair and stuff.
Usually.
Okay, so there's a little power switch over here. Now, I probably should be wearing glasses. It's got quite a bit of power and it's quite loud. And it does a good job, actually. So anyway, let's get this going. So as you can see, it takes a lot of grass. The whole thing was not very tightly packed or nothing, but the whole thing did that. So I am gonna, it seemed to come out finer this time, maybe because I was slowly feeding it in, like a bit better than last time. But yeah, these are quite long. So I am gonna throw it through one more time and see, yeah, because there's some longer stuff in there. I'm gonna throw it down there through it one more time to really mulch it down. And then one thing before I forget to mention is the reason why you want to get it in a bucket, and you can buy a bucket that attaches to this actually, by the way. I think it's like $45. And it attaches to the bottom so everything goes right into it. Should have bought that, but anyway. Would have made life a little bit easier. But is when you're picking it up, you do not want to get gravel or anything, or even pebbles in it, or even really, well, I guess very fine gravel, like really, really fine stuff wouldn't hurt it. But if you put gravel or rock through this machine, it's going to do some damage. So you definitely don't want to do that. Before I forget, I thought I'd mention that. It's one thing it does state in the very poorly worded paperwork that came with the machine. But anyway, let's run it through one more time. I won't show you that, and we'll come back and we'll start the main process. Okay, so another thing I figured I'll try, because when I did the sunflower seeds and the other grass I had the other day when I first got this set up, was I was drizzling water with my hand from a bucket into it, and then it would start making really nice pellets. Because you got to get that perfect mixture of moisture. So what I figure is I can use this instead, because my hands are getting all gross and that. Just spray some into the pelletizer when I need to. Anyway, let's get this started. This comes off. You can pull this off as well, undo these, and then it gets to the plate where you can clean it all out. I may show that in this video. I may not, because I may not have to clean this too much. But it probably should be cleaned after this. So, but yeah. So anyway, let's get moving. Let's get it warmed up. Like I said, this is 220 volt. So it's kind of loud. So talking may be a bit difficult over it. Dry grass first to get it warmed up. Dropping out pellets from the last one. It's dropping out pellets. You can see them down there. Look. Okay, so I think these are pellets from the last one because I'm just putting stuff in now. It's not hot. But let me grab some of these. As you can see, yeah, these are from the last one. Because I didn't bother cleaning out. It's just grass that went through it. But they're the pellets it made last time. So pretty nice. I don't think these are from this time. I think, you see that top right there? That's from this time. And the solid shiny stuff is from the last time. So that's roughly what they should look like apparently. That little one there is a too dry. That one right by my thumb. And it'll break apart if I could do two things at once with my hands here. But we'll throw, a nice thing is, by the way, once you're doing this and it goes through, I don't want to wait too long because it's going to cool down again, but when you go through this and your pellets don't come out perfectly fine and you want them different, you scoop them up and throw them right back through the machine apparently. And it, well, not apparently, it does work. So, and it reforms them. I think because I put these through, I thought these were from before these pellets. These are they might have been at the beginning, but these are new because there's way too many of them. So this, putting it through that machine twice has greatly helped this. It didn't go that smoothly before, and I haven't added water. So I might have just got the perfect moisture level on this too. So this is what it's doing right now. There's some dust in the bottom, so from when it was warming up here, but that's the pellets it makes. Now these are 4 millimeters. I thought that meant long. It actually means wide. The 6 millimeter ones, 8 millimeter ones, the 2 millimeter ones. I picked 4 because it's kind of a good thickness for chickens. But the pigs doesn't matter to me. They'll just suck back anything. So yeah, that's what it's making. And I think it's making these now. Like, just with the grass alone, without any other work. Without any other moisture, being added. So I'm actually very impressed now. Because putting it through that machine twice obviously has helped, and maybe a perfect moisture level too, but that really helped. Because last time I was messing with this for a couple hours, getting it to even shoot out pellets. So anyway, very happy. Now we have to decide though, Jamie, are we putting I keep saying cat food? Are we going to make pellets out of grass and then put the cat food and the pellets together in there and push them through, or are we going to mix it in with the grass and get uneven amounts and everything?
That's up to you.
I think we should just make the pellets out of the grass.
Okay.
And then re-throw them through and add the cat food. Because we don't want too much cat food per pellet either.
No.
Okay, so let's do that.
Okay.
Let's start the sucker up. One other thing. Don't put your hands in there. And only put little bits at a time. Otherwise you can get bridging like that. It's okay now, but it can get jammed in there. You see the crumbliness? That's what you want. You want that crumble. Maybe a little bit less, a little drier than that. Because as you can tell, it starts spitting out there. but it's a little rough. We definitely want it a little bit drier, but a relative crumble is good. All right, so there's some left in there, but we have the cat food to do next. So anyway, let's get this out of here. There's gonna be a lot of powder in here, and one thing I noticed that this does is we can probably throw that back in the pelletizer actually, is it shoots out stuff from the bottom. It must be from the edges of the disc that gets pushed to the side and falls at the bottom, so it doesn't clog it up, which is okay. That doesn't bother me because we can actually reuse that. That's what it basically does to make the pellets, so obviously with moisture in it. So it's pretty cool. As you can see the steam, you can, like even through the gloves, I can feel the heat. Okay, so this is what it's done so far. Now these pellets aren't perfect. You can see the shiny ones in there. They're what you're aiming for. The other ones are a little bit loose, but we're putting them through so they have a little bit too much moisture, I think. But we're gonna put it through with the cat food in a second. I thought I'd pelletize all the grass first this time. So you get a nice semi-even mixture of cat food and and pellets. This sounds so weird. Anyway, but it takes a long time. Like that was not very compact, but pretty much full of grass. I'd say 3/4 full and not compacted grass. And it made that much pellets. So anyway, let's get on with the actual part of the show of getting cat food mixed in with our food.
Weird.
It was whose idea was it?
The people on Facebook, not me.
Yes, it was your idea. It was her idea. So blame her in the comments if you don't like the idea. Okay, so what I'm going to do, if I can open this bag, I don't need gloves on anymore, but is I'm going to, this one here, because it's already got stuff in it. I'm going to just pour, I don't know, what ratio do you think, Jamie?
Like half, maybe?
50-50?
Yeah.
Okay. 50-50 mix. Add a little more than 50-50 probably.
Yeah, I think so.
No, I don't know. No, it's probably about there. Yeah, it's about roughly 50-50. 60-40 maybe. But we want a high protein count anyway, so, and the grass is kind of meant to just bind it all together. Although I do think the oil in the cat food should probably do that anyway. But we shouldn't have to add moisture to this, I don't think, but we'll see. So let's start her up again. I'm actually going to throw this powder in there as well, because this is all pure grass that should be in there. There we go. Okay. Fluid. Grinding away, but may need some fluid.
I think so.
Oh no, look at that nice they're coming out actually. No, see that shine? That's what you want, and they're actually really warm. Well, that may not need fluid, I'm just getting a little dry. I'm gonna add a little bit of fluid. There we go. Jump starts everything again. Look at that. Look at that. Way faster this time. Look. There we go.
It smells like cat.
It smells like cat food. So I'm just gonna wet these down a little bit. I thought there'd be more oil in there than there is. Probably because it's a low quality cat food. But this is way faster than the grass though, Jamie. Yeah. But this shows you what it can do with grain. Not bad. Look how nice they are. Wow. That's turned out perfect. And I don't have to do much with it now either. All right, get near the end, spray a little bit, get a little more moisture in there. There you go. All right, guys. Well, that turned out really, really well this time. I'm glad I took a couple, well, probably like 3 hours messing with this thing, setting it up and getting alerted and at the first, putting oil and all that stuff in. Because if I didn't, that would have been a lot harder. I knew how to spray with that spray bottle. So much easier too. I knew how much moisture should be in there relatively. I mean, I still got some adjusting to do myself, but I knew how to get it moving. Like the first time I was doing this, I also had thicker, like longer strands of grass, which is not ideal. That second cut really helped, and just knowing the moisture level really helped, because I was really jamming that stick in there to free up jams, because too much moisture, not enough, whatever. So I'm very happy with that so far. And look at, let's go in the sun here a bit, Jamie, over here. Look at the pellets. Now that's what you want. Now I didn't realize they'd be so long. That's one thing I didn't like about it. But every pelletizer thing on the YouTube now I've seen, they're like that. So I should have clued in. But that's what you want.
Might be a little long for chickens.
They might be. We'll see. They can pack them apart. They're easy to break.
Yeah.
So anyway, you're supposed to let them dry out on a drying board or something. But look at that. That's actually not bad. Like look at that. Look at that. Perfect mix of cat food and grass. But that is hot. It's actually hot right now. You can kind of see the steam. At least I can. I don't know if you will be on the video with a white bucket. But I don't know if you see steam there now. Anyway. Okay, so that's that, guys. We're going to show you us feeding the chickens, testing it out with the cat food in there. Yeah, so I'm really happy with that. Again, there's a lot of excess on the side. And I'll have to clean this out really well. But overall, what do you guys think of it? I mean, as long as it stays working, of course.
Do you want to try it?
No, I'm not eating cat food. Oh, she's trying it. Disgusting. Gross. Sun's right in my way, so I can't get a good.
Just tastes like grass.
Does it? So maybe
It
more.
smells like cat food, but tastes like grass.
Oh, weird, eh? Smells like cat food and tastes like grass. She says. I tried one of the grass ones, like the pure grass ones. When I tested it before, this is like grass.
Although
obviously.
I've never really eaten cat food, so I can't really tell you.
Yeah, we don't eat cat food regularly. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Not only of the cat food idea, but just the machine in general. And the idea of doing this. I know it's not for everybody. You need lots of time to do it. But I think in the long run, making your own mixtures of certain foods certain times a year, using your garden leftovers for it and everything is a pretty good idea.